Strength isn't found in moments of ease, nor is it born from comfort. True strength is forged in struggle, tested in adversity, and proven in the darkest of times. When life throws its worst at you, when everything seems to be crumbling around you, that's when your strength emerges. Not in screams or grand gestures, but often in silent, unyielding determination. Staying strong in any situation isn't just about lifting heavy burdens. It's about refusing to be broken, no matter how much weight you carry. You will face days that seem impossible. Days when the sun doesn't shine, when the people you thought would always be there vanish, when your dreams slip through your fingers like sand. You will feel pain, disappointment, betrayal, and loss. The world doesn't promise fairness, but strength isn't about waiting for fairness. It's about rising despite the unfairness. It's about waking up again when everything in you says to stay down. That's strength. That's power. You weren't born to live a life free of hardship. You were born to grow, to fight, to overcome. Every scar you carry is a testament to your survival. Every bruise, every setback, every sleepless night has been shaping you, sharpening you, and preparing you for more. Life will never ask you to be perfect, but it will ask you to keep going. It will challenge your willpower, test your discipline, and demand more from you than you thought possible. And when that moment comes, you have a choice, fold or fight. No one is strong all the time. No one is fearless every second of every day. But what separates those who succeed from those who surrender is the refusal to let fear or weakness define them. They hurt, but keep going. They cry, but keep walking. They doubt, but keep believing. You can break down for a moment. You can pause to breathe, to catch your thoughts, to feel the storm around you. But you don't quit. You don't stay down. Because your story doesn't end in defeat. It begins again every time you decide not to give up. You are far stronger than you think. You've already survived so much. Look back, not to dwell in the past, but to remind yourself of what you've already made it through. Those moments when you thought you couldn't go on, you did. Those times you felt alone, you found a way. Those obstacles you believed were insurmountable, you climbed over them. That's who you are. Someone who persists. Someone who endures. Someone who refuses to be defined by circumstances. Life will always be unpredictable. It will not wait for you to feel ready. The storms will come without warning. But if you wait for peace before you find strength, you'll wait forever. Strength is built in chaos. It's born when you act with courage even when fear screams at you. It's in the decision to do the right thing even when it's the hardest thing. It's in staying true to your values when you're tempted to compromise. It's in standing tall even when your legs tremble. You don't need to have it all figured out to be strong. You just need to take the next step, one breath, one choice to move forward. You're not alone in your struggle, though it may feel that way. Millions have walked through their own fires, some more quietly than others. They didn't wait to feel powerful. They acted and power followed. You must do the same. Don't compare your path to anyone else's. What strengthens one person may not work for you. That's okay. Your journey is yours, and your strength is not measured by anyone else's opinion. You have something inside you that cannot be broken. Your will. The world can knock you down, but it cannot touch your will unless you give it permission. So protect it. Feed it with belief. Defend it with discipline. Let it become your inner fire. There is no circumstance that can conquer a determined soul. You may be shaken, you may be wounded, but you will not be defeated if you do not give in. And in every tough moment, remind yourself, this too shall pass. Nothing lasts forever, not pain, not hardship, not failure. But what will last is the strength you build from enduring them. There will be people who doubt you. Let them. There will be obstacles that intimidate you. Face them. There will be setbacks that tempt you to walk away. Don't. The greater the challenge, the greater the opportunity to rise. You cannot grow without pressure. Diamonds are made under it. Muscles grow because of it. Your character is no different. The harder the struggle, the more powerful the breakthrough. So embrace it, not with a smile, but with grit, with that deep, unshakable belief that somehow, someway you will overcome. You don't have to know how, you just have to decide that you will, then you show up. Day after day, no matter how tired, no matter how scared, no matter how uncertain, you do the work. You make the hard choices, you stay grounded, because real strength isn't just about lifting yourself up. It's also about lifting others. It's about being a light for someone else when they can't find their own. When you stay strong, you give permission to others to do the same. Your resilience becomes a ripple effect. Your courage becomes contagious. There will be days when motivation is gone, when inspiration is silent. On those days, you rely on discipline. You rely on your reason, your why. You remember why you started, why you fought, why you sacrificed. The days when you feel your weakest are the very days when staying strong matters most. Not because it's easy, but because it's meaningful. Anyone can smile when things go right, but those who rise when everything's wrong, they are the real warriors. You don't have to have extraordinary talent to stay strong. You need extraordinary heart. You need grit. You need that refusal to be stopped. Some of the strongest people you'll ever meet don't look the part. But inside, they're built of steel because they chose not to run from life's battles. They showed up. They fell, but they got back up, again and again. That's what matters, not perfection, not ease, but persistence. Show up broken, show up tired, show up unsure, but show up anyway. There's a kind of power in choosing to grow through what you go through. Pain has a purpose if you let it teach you. Failure isn't final if you let it redirect you. Struggle doesn't have to destroy you. It can shape you, but you must decide that nothing will steal your fire. Decide that no situation will break your soul. Decide that you are more than your circumstances, and then live like it, speak like it, walk like it, act like it, because you are. Strength is often quiet. It's the voice that says, try again, when the world screams, give up. It's the ability to smile through tears, to love after loss, to believe after disappointment. It's choosing to move forward when everything inside you begs to freeze. It's rising each morning with the decision to fight. You may not win every battle, but if you never surrender, you never truly lose. The situations that try to bury you are the very ones that can plant you, and from that soil, something incredible can grow. Not overnight, not without work, but slowly, steadily, with faith. Your roots grow deeper with every storm. Your trunk thickens with every blow, and eventually you become unshakable, not because you've avoided hardship, but because you've endured it. You become a living testament to the strength of the human spirit. Never underestimate the power of your own resilience. What you're going through may be hard, but you are harder. Life may test you, but you are the answer. You are not your failures. You are not your pain. You are not the opinions of others. You are a warrior in the making. Each step forward is a victory. Each breath you take with purpose is a declaration that you refuse to be conquered. You are stronger than your circumstances, stronger than your doubts, stronger than your past. The same fire that forged mountains lives within you. It's time you start acting like it. You owe it to yourself to see how far you can go. To fight for the life you want, to stay strong. Not just for the world, but for the person you're becoming. You've got a purpose to fulfill, a story to finish, a legacy to build. Let today be the day you stop questioning your strength and start living it. Let every challenge sharpen you. Let every obstacle fuel you. Let every hardship refine you. Stay strong. Not because it's easy, but because it's who you are. Because deep down you know that the only way out is through. You are not done yet. The world hasn't seen your best, and as long as you keep going, it never will break you. Strength is not a one-time event. It is a way of living, a choice you must make again and again. It doesn't arrive with a loud noise or dramatic announcement. It grows in silence when you're alone with your thoughts and you choose not to let them consume you. It builds when you take responsibility for your life instead of blaming others. It expands when you stop waiting for someone to rescue you and decide to rescue yourself. That's what it means to be strong, to take the hits and keep moving forward, not because you're unbreakable, but because you refuse to stay broken. There are going to be moments when your mind whispers that you're not enough. It will remind you of all your failures, all your flaws, all your mistakes. But in those moments, you must remember that your strength is not about being flawless. It's about being fearless in the pursuit of growth. Every mistake has taught you something. Every failure has added a layer of wisdom. Every setback has pushed you to find new ways to move forward. Don't reject your pain. Learn from it. Let it refine you. Let it guide you towards something better. When things fall apart, you don't have to fall with them. You can rebuild. You can reinvent. You can rise with more wisdom, more courage, more conviction. It won't be easy. Nothing meaningful ever is, but easy never made anyone strong. It's the hard days that shape the strongest hearts. It's the long nights that mold the most resilient minds. It's the relentless pressure that creates the rarest strength. Don't be ashamed of your struggles. Don't hide your battles. Don't pretend to be okay when you're not. There's power in honesty. There's strength in vulnerability. But even in your lowest moments, don't forget who you are. Don't forget what you're made of. You weren't made to break. You weren't made to quit. You were made to rise again and again until nothing can hold you back. The road ahead may be tough, but so are you. Your strength is not just for you. It's for everyone you influence. The way you carry yourself in tough times gives others permission to carry their own burdens with dignity. Your endurance becomes an inspiration. Your courage becomes a compass. Someone is watching how you handle adversity. Someone is learning how to be strong by seeing your example. So when you feel like giving up, remember it's not just about you. It's about the lives you touch with your resilience, and even when no one's watching, stay strong. Because the battle is always between you and the person you were yesterday. You're not competing with the world. You're competing with your own doubts, fears, and limitations. The only person you need to beat is the one who tells you to stop, to slow down, to settle. But you won't settle. You've come too far to stop now. You've survived too much to turn back. Keep going. Keep pushing. Keep becoming. When your back is against the wall, that's where real strength is found. That's when you dig deeper. That's when you tap into reserves of grit you didn't know you had, the fire inside you didn't go out. It was just waiting for the right moment to burn brighter. Let that moment be now. Let today be the day you say, enough, I will not be held back. I will not be defined by pain. I will not be reduced by struggle. I will rise. Strength is not about winning every battle. It's about staying in the fight even when you lose. It's about choosing faith when doubt is easier. It's about continuing to believe in yourself when no one else does. And when you finally win, when the breakthrough comes, when the dream is realized, when the reward arrives, it won't just be about the moment. It will be about everything you went through to get there. The late nights, the silent tears, the internal wars, the quiet victories, that's what makes it all worthwhile. Your story is still being written. This chapter may be difficult, but it's not the end. Every strong person you admire has walked through pain, has faced defeat, has been tested. What makes them strong is that they didn't give up in the storm. Neither will you. You will carry on. You will hold your head high. You will move forward, even if it's just an inch at a time, because forward is forward, and every small step is progress. Your future will thank you for not quitting. Your future self is counting on you to stay strong now, to push through, to keep building. And one day, you'll look back and realize that everything you're enduring right now was preparing you for a life you once only dreamed about. The struggle you face today is shaping the strength you need for tomorrow. So when things are hard, remember who you are. Remember what you're capable of. You are not weak. You are not lost. You are not a victim. You are powerful beyond measure. You are a fighter, a builder, a survivor. You are the author of your destiny, and no situation, no challenge, no storm can take that away from you. The world will keep spinning. The sun will rise again, and so will you, with more strength, with more clarity, with more determination than ever before. So keep your head up, keep your heart strong, keep your vision clear. You were made to rise, you were made to conquer, you were made to be unstoppable. Let your strength not be measured by how loud you shout, but by how steadfast you remain when everything around you shakes. Let your strength be the calm in the chaos, the fire in the cold, the light in the dark. And when others see you, let them see what true resilience looks like. Let them see what it means to be strong in any situation, not because you had it easy, but because you refused to give in. Strength is not just something you call upon when you're in crisis. It's something you cultivate daily. It's forged in your habits, your mindset, your choices. Every time you get up when you don't feel like it, every time you do the right thing when it's inconvenient, every time you show kindness when you could be cold, you're strengthening something deep within. Strength is not loud. It's quiet discipline. It's the silent choices no one sees, the internal battles no one applauds, the sacrifices no one understands. That's the kind of strength that lasts. That's the kind of strength that carries you through anything. So many people wait for strength to arrive like a guest at the door. But strength isn't something that arrives. It's something you build. It's not given. It's earned. You earn it when you decide to keep going when others stop. You earn it when you do the uncomfortable thing, the necessary thing, the difficult thing. You earn it when you get back up again and again, no matter how many times life knocks you down. And the most powerful part is this: every single person, no matter where they come from, no matter what they've been through, has the ability to build that kind of strength. You don't need special circumstances to be strong. You need the decision to stop playing small, the decision to stop running, the decision to face your fears, to confront your doubts, to grow past your limits. That decision, once made, is what changes everything. You begin to see life differently. Challenges become training, setbacks become setups, pressure becomes the opportunity to level up. You stop seeing obstacles as problems and start seeing them as invitations to rise. And when you decide to be strong, you'll start to realize something. Most of the limitations you thought were real were only beliefs. They were only thoughts, false stories you told yourself about what you could or couldn't do. But when you challenge those thoughts, when you defy them with action, they lose their power, and suddenly the walls around you aren't walls at all. They're illusions, and once you walk through them, you see how far you can go. Staying strong in any situation is not about denying your feelings. It's not about pretending you're not hurt or scared or overwhelmed. It's about acknowledging those feelings without becoming them. You can feel fear and still act with courage. You can feel pain and still move forward. You can feel uncertainty and still make the next right choice. Strength is not about having no emotion. It's about not being ruled by it. You may not always have control over your environment, but you always have control over your response. You choose how you show up. You choose how you carry yourself through difficulty. You choose whether you stay stuck or move forward. That choice is where your power lies, and no matter how chaotic the world becomes, no one can take that power from you, not unless you give it away. And when everything feels like it's crashing down, remember this: nothing grows without tension. Trees don't grow in calm weather. They grow in the wind, in the storms, in the pressure. Muscles don't grow without resistance, and character doesn't grow without trial. So when things get harder, don't curse the process. Embrace it, because what's being developed in you is something far greater than convenience or comfort. What's being developed is character, discipline, integrity, resilience, and those are the traits that will carry you through anything. You don't build a legacy in times of comfort. You build it in times of conflict. That's when your true self is revealed. That's when your deepest values are tested. And that's when you rise or fall, not because of the situation, but because of your decision. And if you decide to rise, you become unstoppable. You build a momentum that no one can touch, because it's coming from within you, not from praise, not from support, not from outcomes, but from your own drive, your own purpose, your own refusal to quit. Even when progress feels slow, even when you're tired, even when no one sees the effort you're putting in keep going, those are the moments that matter most. Anyone can keep going when it's easy, but the ones who stay the course when it's brutal, those are the ones who create something lasting. Stay in it, stay present, stay grounded. Even in your lowest hour, you are being shaped for something greater. And if there's one truth to remember, it's this: you don't become strong by avoiding hardship. You become strong by walking through it, with grit, with faith, with vision. It's in those moments when the world expects you to break that you get to show who you really are. You get to write your story your way. Not as a victim, not as someone who folded, but as someone who kept showing up, as someone who stood their ground, as someone who refused to surrender. Look around you, life is hard for everyone. Everyone's carrying something. But not everyone chooses to grow from it. That's what separates you. You've made the choice to be more, to push further, to fight for your future, and because of that, your path will be different. It may be steeper. It may be more lonely at times, but it will be worth it, because everything you become along the way will stay with you forever. The world doesn't need more people who quit. It needs more people who rise. More people who stand up when it's easier to lie down. More people who keep believing when it's easier to give up. More people who speak life when others speak fear. That's who you are. That's who you're becoming. And no situation, no matter how impossible it seems, can change that unless you let it. So the next time life tests you, don't ask, why me? Ask, what is this making me? And then rise to meet it, not with anger, but with determination. Not with despair, but with discipline, not with fear, but with unshakable faith. You are not at the mercy of life. You are the master of your response to it, and your response can be strength. It can be clarity. It can be grace under pressure. You were born for more than survival. You were born for greatness. You were born to thrive in the fire, to endure the storm, to overcome the impossible. And that greatness is not waiting somewhere out there. It's already inside you, waiting to be activated, waiting to be unleashed. And now is the time, not tomorrow, not someday, now this moment, this decision. Because once you've made the choice to stay strong, you are no longer at the mercy of life's circumstances. You become the one who sets the tone, who defines the meaning of what happens, and who shapes the future by how you respond to the now. That is a powerful truth. Your strength does not come from the absence of storms, but from your decision not to be destroyed by them. And in every moment you get to choose. You get to choose whether you rise or retreat, whether you resist or surrender, whether you become greater or remain the same. Yes, the world will test you. It will try to break you, belittle you, and push you to the edge. But the edge is not your end. The edge is your beginning. It's the place where the old you dies, and the strong, unshakable, resilient version of you is born. That version doesn't need comfort to grow. It doesn't need applause to perform. It doesn't need certainty to act. It only needs a mission, a reason, a refusal to give up. And when you find that reason, your why, nothing can stop you, not failure, not fear, not even pain, because a person with a reason to stay strong is more powerful than any force that tries to bring them down. And your reason doesn't have to be big to matter. It could be the people you love, the life you want, the promise you made to yourself that you refuse to break. That reason is the fire that fuels your strength. Protect it, nurture it, feed it with action, and it will carry you through the hardest storms. When you are tired, remember your reason. When you feel lost, remember your reason. When everything inside you screams to give up, return to your reason. Because strength is not about feeling powerful every moment. It's about honoring your reason in the moments you feel powerless. And each time you do, you rise a little higher. You become a little braver. You evolve. Real strength is quiet. It's not about dominance. It's about endurance. It's not about shouting. It's about standing firm when the world around you is shaking. And if you've made it this far, it means there is more inside you than you ever imagined, more endurance, more depth, more will. Now is the time to stop questioning it. Now is the time to trust it, to believe in the person you are becoming, because you were not put on this earth to crumble. You were not put here to hide from your potential. You were not born to live small, to retreat, to collapse in the face of adversity. You were born to expand. You were born to discover just how strong the human spirit can be when it refuses to break. So whatever you're facing today, face it with your whole heart, not with fear, but with the fierce determination of someone who knows, I will not give in, I will not back down, I will not lose to this moment. And in the silence of your struggle, strength is being built. In the shadows of your doubts, faith is being forged. You are becoming something you never thought you could be, not by escaping difficulty, but by rising through it. You're becoming the kind of person who doesn't flinch in the fire, who doesn't run from the hard things, who doesn't abandon themselves when things go wrong. You are becoming someone that your past self would be proud of, and your future self will thank you for. That strength, the one being shaped in you right now, it will not just serve you, it will serve everyone you meet, because when you've walked through your own darkness and survived, you become a light for others. You become proof that strength is real, that hope is real, that victory is possible, and isn't that what the world needs right now? Not more perfection, not more people pretending to have it all together, but more people who are real, people who hurt but heal, people who fall but rise, people who struggle but never stop showing up. You are that person, and that strength of yours, it's going to make a difference. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but one day you will look back and see that everything you went through had purpose, that the pain had meaning, that the chaos was the soil where your greatness began to bloom. Keep that fire alive, keep your head up. No one else has to believe in you as long as you do. You don't need the world to understand your path. You only need the courage to walk it. You don't need everything to go right. You just need to keep going even when it goes wrong. That's strength, that's power, that's who you are, and when you reach the other side, because you'll know that you didn't just survive, you grew, you rose, you transformed, you became unbreakable. And nothing, no pain, no problem, no person can ever take that from you, so walk forward, even if the ground shakes beneath your feet, even if fear whispers in your ear, even if everything in you wants to turn back, walk forward. Because every step is a statement. I am stronger than this, I am greater than this, I will not let this break me. Your story is far from over, and the best chapters are still ahead, the ones where your strength becomes your superpower, the ones where the world sees not what you went through, but how you rose from it. And one day you'll be able to say, I stayed strong when it would have been easier to quit. I endured. I overcame. I made it. And as you continue forward, let your life become a living testament to resilience. Not because everything was easy, not because everything went according to plan, but because you refused to quit. That refusal, that decision to stand tall when it would have been easier to fall, is what separates those who merely exist from those who live with purpose and impact. Life may challenge you, but it can never conquer you unless you surrender. And you won't. Every morning you rise is a statement to the world that you're not finished, that you're still in the game, that you still believe in something worth fighting for, and that alone makes you powerful beyond measure. Strength isn't about pretending to be invincible. It's about continuing to show up even when you're vulnerable, even when you're exhausted, even when the odds seem stacked against you, because somewhere deep inside there is a voice that says, keep going. That voice is your inner warrior. You may not always hear it clearly, but it's always there. It's there when you're silent. It's there when you're doubting yourself. It's there in every step forward. Learn to listen to it, even when fear shouts louder. Learn to trust it, even when logic tells you it's over, because the strongest people in the world aren't those who never feel fear. They are the ones who act in spite of it. You have to remember, setbacks are setups for comebacks. Every delay is shaping your patience. Every rejection is sharpening your direction. Every heartbreak is building your compassion. Nothing is wasted when you're committed to growing through what you go through. Pain doesn't define you. It refines you, and through that process, you become someone you never imagined you could be. Wiser, tougher, more grounded, more capable. Let the trials of life be your training ground. Not for bitterness, but for boldness, not for shame, but for strength, not for defeat, but for destiny, because strength is not a moment, it's a movement, a decision you make repeatedly, daily, no matter what life throws at you. Some days will be easier than others. Some days you'll feel like you're flying. Others, you'll feel like you're crawling. But forward is forward. Progress is progress. Never underestimate the power of showing up one more day. You're not alone in this. Every strong person you admire has walked through their own fire. They've battled silently. They've fought doubts. They've faced demons. But what makes them different is they kept moving. Not because they had guarantees, but because they had grit. You have that too. Maybe you haven't recognized it yet, but it's there, in the way you've survived, in the way you've loved despite pain, in the way you've kept going even when your heart was heavy. And one day someone will look at you and say, if they could do it, maybe I can too. Your strength will be someone else's hope. Your scars will be someone else's roadmap. That's the power of staying strong. It doesn't just transform you, it transforms everyone you touch. So be that example, not the one who never struggled, but the one who never gave up. Let your story echo in the hearts of others. Let your resilience spark fire in those who feel broken. Let your strength be contagious. Because the world doesn't need more perfect people. It needs more real people. People who aren't afraid to keep standing in the face of chaos. People who rise not because it's easy, but because it's right. People like you, and when the next storm comes, and it will, stand taller than before. Face it with everything you've gained. Let it know that you are not who you used to be, that you've evolved, that you've grown. That what once would have broken you now only strengthens your resolve. You've built something indestructible within, the kind of spirit that doesn't run, doesn't fold, and doesn't break. You've become the storm. And there's nothing stronger than that. So wherever you go from here, carry this truth with you. You are more than your pain, more than your past, more than your failures. You are strength in motion. You are fire wrapped in flesh. You are a living, breathing example of what it means to rise in every season, to stand when it's hard, and to keep becoming even when life is trying to undo you. You've come too far to let this moment defeat you. Too many battles have been fought, too many nights endured, too many tears shed in silence for you to let go now. Every step you've taken, no matter how small, has been progress. Every choice to keep moving when everything inside you wanted to stop. That's what has made you unshakable. You may not feel it every day, but strength isn't always felt. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it's just you refusing to quit when quitting would be easier. The world will keep throwing distractions at you, reasons to doubt, reasons to walk away from your path. But you're not here to be ordinary. You're not here to live a life dictated by fear or failure. You're here to live on your terms, to create meaning from the mess, and to rise again and again until you become the very example of strength you once needed. And no, it won't be easy, but that's exactly what makes it worth it. You weren't given this life because you were meant to watch from the sidelines. You were given this life because you have the ability to rise above anything, to dig deeper than most, to find courage even in the dark. Life will demand everything from you, and in return it gives you the opportunity to become everything you were meant to be. It's in the giving that you find the growing. It's in the pressure that you uncover your power. You will not always feel strong. That's okay. Strength is not a constant feeling. It's a repeated action. It's in the days you rise without motivation. It's in the decisions you make when no one is watching. It's in your ability to keep your head up when life tries to push it down, Strength is when you learn to breathe through the storm, walk through the fear, and rise through the pain. No situation lasts forever, but strength does. Every storm passes. Every low point eventually becomes a memory, but the strength you build in the process, that becomes part of who you are, that never leaves you, and what once broke you, in time, becomes the foundation of your fortitude. So if today feels heavy, lift it anyway. If today feels dark, move forward anyway. If today feels uncertain, trust yourself anyway, because you are training for something bigger than just today. You are training for a life that cannot be broken by one bad moment. Your destiny is not determined by what happens to you. It is shaped by how you respond. Life can knock you down 1,000 times, but if you stand up 1,001, you win. Every single time you rise, you're rewriting your future. You're taking power back from fear, from weakness, from the voices that told you you're not enough. And with each rise, you become more than you were yesterday. Let every disappointment sharpen you. Let every betrayal toughen you. Let every mistake humble you, and let every victory remind you why you never gave up. Your strength isn't a mask, it's your truth. It's not a performance, it's your practice. You don't need anyone's permission to be strong. You just need to own it, live it, and keep walking in it, even when no one claps, even when no one notices, because strength doesn't need an audience. It just needs your commitment. And someday soon, when you look back, you'll see how every tough moment wasn't there to punish you. It was there to prepare you, to sharpen your edge, to deepen your resolve, to stretch your faith. What was once your burden will become your blessing. What was once your weakness will become your weapon. What was once your obstacle will become your opportunity. You are here for a reason. You've survived too much to doubt that now you've endured what would have broken others. You've fought battles no one saw, and you're still standing, still breathing, still capable of choosing strength again, right now in this very moment. So don't wait for strength to arrive, create it. Choose it, live it. Be the one who says, I don't care what it takes. I'm going to keep moving forward. Be the one who walks into fire and emerges forged, not burned. Be the one who turns pain into purpose and struggle into strength. Because your story isn't just about surviving. It's about becoming more grounded, more fearless, more focused, more unstoppable. That's who you are now, and nothing, no setback, no criticism, no loss can take that from you. Not anymore. You've earned your strength, and now it's time to use it. So rise again and again and again. Strength is not something you wait for, it's something you create with every decision to keep going, especially when everything in you wants to stop. It's born in the moments where you refuse to let pain define you, where you stare down fear and say, you will not win today. It's in those quiet battles, the ones no one sees, where real strength is built. Not on stages, not in victories, but in the relentless refusal to give up. There will be days when the weight feels unbearable, days when the road ahead seems endless, days when the people you thought would be there vanish. But even then, you rise. You rise not because it's easy, but because something deep inside you refuses to stay down. That's strength, not the absence of pain, but the refusal to let pain have the final say. You've already proven to yourself that you can survive. Now it's time to show yourself that you can thrive, that you can build something from the ruins, that you can carry the lessons from your wounds and turn them into wisdom, that you can become someone who not only endures storms but learns how to dance in the rain, because life doesn't promise perfect days. It promises change, and in that change you get to decide who you become. Don't let the pain of your past define the limits of your future. Don't let fear box you in or failure convince you to quit. You're stronger than what happened to you. You're greater than your worst day. And you have everything you need within you to climb every mountain, cross every valley, and overcome every obstacle. You don't need to have it all figured out to take the next step. You just need faith, a deep belief that this struggle is not where your story ends. It's simply where your strength is being revealed, and one step at a time you will rise, you will rebuild, you will reclaim every piece of yourself that fear tried to steal. There is a fire in you that has not gone out. Maybe it's quiet now, maybe it's flickering, but it's there, and with every decision to stay strong, you feed it, you grow it, until one day it becomes a blaze that lights your path through every dark moment. So don't give up on yourself. Not now, not ever. You've already come too far. Everything you've gone through has led you to this moment, and this moment is not one of defeat. It's one of decision, the decision to keep going, the decision to rise again, the decision to become who you were always meant to be, because in the end, strength isn't about never falling. It's about always rising, always standing back up, always finding your way forward, no matter what. So take a deep breath, lift your chin, roll your shoulders back, and move forward with everything you've got. Life may not get easier, but you will get stronger, more focused, more grounded, more powerful. And you will become the version of yourself you once only dreamed about. This is not the end of your story. It's the rise of your strength. It's the return of your fight. You see, strength isn't about perfection. It's about perseverance. It's not about how many times you shine, but how many times you stand back up after the fall. Life will test you in ways you never imagined. It will demand everything from you, your time, your energy, your faith. But if you keep showing up, if you keep trusting the process, if you keep believing in your ability to rise, then you will discover a version of yourself that's indestructible. There will always be noise around you, doubt, criticism, fear, comparison. But none of that defines you unless you let it. What defines you is your response. Will you shrink or will you rise? Will you give in to the pressure or will you use it to become something greater? You've already proven you have what it takes. Look at everything you've come through. Look at everything you've faced. And yet here you are, breathing, standing, still moving forward. That's strength. And when others come to you in their lowest moments, when they need a light in the dark, they will remember your example. They will remember your resilience, your calm in the storm, your refusal to let life break you. And that's how your strength multiplies, not just for you, but for the people around you, for your family, for your friends, for the strangers who cross your path and leave feeling just a little more capable because they met you, because you stayed strong. That strength will carry you through the next challenge. It will remind you, when the world turns quiet and your doubts grow loud, that you've already done the impossible, that you've already walked through fire, that you've already overcome what once seemed too heavy to bear, and now you're stronger, sharper, and more grounded because of it. Keep trusting your path, even when it's unclear. Keep walking your truth, even when no one understands it. Keep building yourself brick by brick, thought by thought, habit by habit. That's what strength really is. It's the discipline to keep choosing what's right over what's easy. It's the inner power to hold yourself together when it feels like everything else is falling apart. You are not weak because you feel pain. You are strong because you choose not to be defined by it. And someday, someone will ask you how you did it, how you made it through, how you kept going when the odds were stacked against you. And you'll smile, not because it was easy, but because it was worth it. Because through it all, you discovered who you really are. You uncovered your grit. You forged your courage. You became someone who doesn't just survive, but someone who leads, who lifts, who inspires. Let that be your legacy, not that you never struggled, but that you never surrendered, not that you had all the answers, but that you kept seeking, kept learning, kept growing, not that you were fearless, but that you acted in spite of fear again and again. So today and every day, choose strength, not the loud kind, not the dramatic kind, but the quiet, consistent, powerful kind, the kind that shows up early, the kind that keeps promises, the kind that doesn't wait for conditions to be perfect, the kind that leads from within, the kind that never lets temporary setbacks stop permanent progress. And when the next day begins, when the sun rises again, and life continues on with its demands, its trials, its hidden blessings, you'll be ready. Not because you know what's coming, but because you know who you are now. You've become someone who does not need certainty to move forward. You've become someone who understands that strength is not built in moments of ease, but in seasons of adversity. You've become someone who realizes that what happens outside of you can never be more powerful than what you build inside of you. There will be moments when the silence feels deafening, when the journey feels isolating. But even then, you are not truly alone. Within you are the voices of every past victory, every moment you refused to give up, every breath you took after being knocked down. These are your reminders that you've endured, that you've outlasted pain before and you'll do it again, that every wound once bled but it also healed, and every scar is now a symbol of survival. You are not just strong. You are a living, breathing masterpiece of resilience. You are the sum of everything you've overcome, and that is a force more powerful than any single moment of doubt, fear, or failure. Because where others stopped, you continued. Where others lost hope, you created it. Where others settled for average, you dared to pursue excellence. That's who you are, and the world needs more of that. Never let a temporary season of hardship convince you that you've reached your limits. You haven't, in fact. What you're facing may be the very process that's preparing you for the next level of your life. Don't waste it. Let it shape you. Let it discipline you. Let it teach you patience, endurance, empathy, and self-mastery. These are not small lessons. These are the cornerstones of greatness. There's something else you need to remember. Being strong doesn't mean being hard. True strength is not cold or distant. It's open. It's warm, it's generous. It's the kind of power that can break chains and also build bridges. Strength is not just about fighting your battles. It's about lifting others while you fight. It's about creating light in dark places. It's about speaking life when silence would be easier, and sometimes being strong means asking for help. It means admitting you're tired. It means reaching out when the weight is too heavy to carry alone. That's not weakness, that's wisdom. That's understanding that strength is also found in connection, in vulnerability, in the courage to say, I'm human too. So be strong, but be real, be fierce, but also be kind. Be bold, but never lose your humility. That's what creates a legacy that lasts. That's what inspires the world. Not just that you endured, but that you did it without losing your heart. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be persistent. You just need to keep choosing yourself again and again until your future catches up with your faith, until your vision becomes your reality, until the world sees the strength in you that you decided to believe in long before anyone else noticed. Let every moment from here on be infused with purpose, even your quiet days, even your setbacks, even the times you're not sure where the path leads, because as long as you're still breathing, there's still time to become. And becoming is the greatest act of strength there is. It's choosing growth. It's choosing grace. It's choosing to rise in ways that no one thought you could not, even you. And eventually you'll look back and smile at all the times you almost gave up, because you'll see how necessary every single one of them was. You'll see how every time you stayed strong, you laid another brick in the foundation of the person you were born to be, not by accident, not by chance, but by choice. So now, as you stand at the edge of whatever challenge you face, whether it's the uncertainty of tomorrow, the weight of responsibilities, the pressure to perform, or the sting of past regrets, you must remember this truth: everything you need is already within you. You don't need to borrow strength from others. You don't need to pretend to be someone else. You just need to unlock the depth of resilience that life has been building inside you all along. You've already done the hard things. You've already walked through the fire. You've already rebuilt yourself from pieces. So this moment, this next battle, it may be different, but it's not bigger than you. It's not stronger than your will. It cannot outlast your resolve. Every time you show up, even when it hurts, even when it's hard, even when it would be so much easier to walk away, you prove to yourself that you are unbreakable. You're not just enduring life, you're mastering it. You're learning how to command your emotions instead of being ruled by them. You're developing a mind that doesn't fold under pressure, a spirit that refuses to be tamed, and a heart that can hold pain and still choose to love. Your ability to stay strong in any situation doesn't come from some magical power. It comes from your decision, your relentless choice to keep moving forward, one step at a time, even if the path is unclear, even if the burden is heavy, even if no one understands your fight. You understand it, you live it, and that's enough. Never underestimate the strength it takes to keep believing in yourself when life tries to convince you otherwise. That belief, that quiet inner faith, is the seed of every great thing you will ever create. It's what turns dreams into action. It's what turns pain into purpose. It's what turns survival into transformation. And that's the legacy of strength, not just to withstand the storm, but to become the storm, to rise with such intensity, such clarity, such focus, that nothing can hold you down for long. You may be bent by life's winds, but you will never be broken. You may bleed, but you will not back down. You may fall, but your soul knows how to rise. This is who you are now, not because someone told you, not because you read it in a book, but because you lived it, because you made it through, because you've chosen time and time again not to surrender to fear, not to retreat into comfort, not to drown in the noise. You've chosen to stand in your truth and face the world with open eyes and a steady heart. And as long as you keep choosing that, choosing to rise, choosing to stay strong, you are unstoppable. So keep going. When the days blur into nights, when the struggle feels endless, when your progress feels invisible, keep going. There is no such thing as wasted strength. Every ounce you pour into becoming stronger becomes a permanent part of you. It becomes the foundation on which you will build your greatest victories. There will be moments in your future when you'll need to remember this season, the season you thought might break you but didn't, the season that revealed your power, the season that taught you how to fight with grace, how to lead with humility, how to heal without bitterness. Let this be that moment. Let this be the chapter in your story where everything changed, not because life got easier, but because you got stronger. And in the stillness of night, when the world grows quiet and your thoughts begin to race, I hope you hear a new voice in your head, your own voice, whispering the truth you now know. And when the world keeps spinning and life moves forward, as it always does, you'll look back on these moments not with regret, but with pride, because you didn't run, you didn't quit. You didn't let the pain mold you into someone bitter or broken. Instead, you stood tall, you chose growth, you chose grace, you chose to become a better version of yourself even while you were hurting. This is the essence of true strength. Not just surviving the storm, but using it to refine who you are. Not just pushing through the darkness, but learning to create your own light. That light will not only guide you, but it will also become a beacon for others. You won't even realize it at first, but the very pain that almost defeated you will one day be the story that gives someone else hope. And that's the incredible power you hold. You're not just building strength for your own survival. You're building it so others can witness it, feel it, and be changed by it. Your strength becomes a bridge. It becomes a voice. It becomes a living example of what it looks like to keep going even when everything screams to stop. Keep your eyes fixed on the future, but stay rooted in the strength you've earned from your past. Let every scar remind you of a battle you overcame. Let every quiet moment of endurance remind you that your greatest victories may not be loud, but they are deeply personal and eternally meaningful. And when the temptation to fall back into old habits creeps in, when comfort calls louder than discipline, when fear whispers that you're not good enough, stand firm. Return to your foundation. Remind yourself who you are and what you're capable of. Say it to yourself until it sinks into your bones. I am strong. I am focused. I am built for this. Because you were never meant to live small. You were never meant to bow under pressure. You were never meant to quit before your miracle arrived. You were built with fire. You were made for more. That strength you've been building, it's preparing you for things far beyond what you see now. But first, you have to be faithful in this season. You have to show up even when it's quiet. You have to keep pushing even when progress is invisible. And you will, because by now you know strength isn't in the noise, it's in the consistency, it's in the daily choices, it's in the mindset that no matter what, you will rise. No matter how long it takes, you will endure. No matter how heavy the burden, you will not drop it, because you've decided, and once you decide, no circumstance can undo that. Let others rest in comfort if they must. But not you. You're walking a different path, a higher one that demands more of you, but also gives you more in return, more peace, more purpose, more clarity, more fulfillment. That's what comes from staying strong. That's what awaits those who refuse to quit. So lift your head, straighten your back, face the day like it was made for you. Because it was, it's another opportunity to prove to yourself that you've grown, that you've evolved, that nothing in this world can shake someone who knows exactly who they are and what they stand for. This is your life, and no matter how hard it gets, it is still yours to shape, to lead, to command. Be proud of your scars, be proud of your tears, be proud of your fight. They tell the story of someone who never surrendered, someone who stayed strong, someone who never stopped becoming. And now that you carry this strength, this unshakable truth about who you are, you must promise yourself one more thing: never forget it. Because life will try again and again to make you forget. It will disguise its lessons in hardship. It will test you through loss, disappointment, and failure. It will stretch your spirit until you question everything you once believed. But those are not the moments to surrender. They are the moments to rise deeper into your power. There will come a time, sooner than you think, when you'll face a challenge that looks familiar. You'll feel the pressure, the confusion, the fear. But instead of collapsing like before, you'll feel something different rise inside you. A calmness, a clarity, a strength you've earned through every storm you've faced. That's when you'll realize how far you've come, not because the world changed, but because you did. You've trained for this. With every tear you've shed, with every night you didn't give up, with every time you stood back up, you've been sharpening yourself, preparing yourself, fortifying a foundation so strong that no amount of chaos can rattle you. You are no longer shaken by temporary setbacks. You are no longer swayed by people's opinions or circumstances. You are grounded in something deeper now: self-respect, inner peace, and relentless determination. That's what staying strong in any situation gives you. It gives you control over your mind, control over your reactions, control over the kind of energy you allow into your life. You stop trying to control the world around you, and instead master the world within you. That is the kind of strength that cannot be taken away. It can only grow, and with every trial it does. People will wonder how you keep going, how you hold it together when everything falls apart. They won't always understand your silence. They won't always understand your patience or your fire, but that's okay. You're not here to be understood. You're here to be unshakable. You're here to live a life built not on applause, but on alignment. Not on noise, but on knowing. So continue to walk forward even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. Keep your eyes on what matters: your peace, your growth, your purpose. Let the rest fall away. You don't need to prove your strength anymore. You've already lived it, and what's coming next for you isn't random, it's a reward. It's the result of every hard decision, every moment of restraint, every night you told yourself, just one more day. And now you're here. Still breathing, still fighting, still evolving. That's something to celebrate, not in pride, but in power. Quiet, grounded power, the kind that doesn't shout, but changes everything it touches. So whatever comes next, meet it with calm. Meet it with courage. Meet it with the certainty that you've already endured worse and emerged better. You are no longer who you were when this journey began. You are wiser. You are braver. You are stronger. You carry something rare now, an awareness, a conviction, a depth that can't be manufactured. It was forged in your struggles, tempered in your perseverance, and refined through every moment you chose strength over surrender. You didn't just read words about staying strong. You lived them, you felt their weight, you embodied their truth, and because of that, no one can take that strength away from you. It's not about never falling again. Life will still bring its battles, its heartbreaks, its moments of doubt, but now you face those moments differently. Now you know that falling is not failure, it's preparation. It's a reminder that you're human, that you're still learning, still growing, still becoming. And every time you rise again, you grow less afraid of the fall. You grow more confident in your rise. You grow more certain that your power has nothing to do with perfection and everything to do with persistence. There will be people who don't see the work you've done, who only notice the moments you hesitate or the times you stumble. Let them. You're not here to impress anyone. You're here to fulfill something greater. Your own potential, your own peace, your own purpose. The ones who matter will recognize your strength not in what you say, but in how you carry yourself, how you show up when it's hardest to do so, how you treat others even when you're hurting. Strength is not loud. It does not need applause. It does not demand attention. True strength is silent when necessary, steady when shaken, and rooted in something deeper than circumstance. It comes from within, from every decision to keep going, from every thought reshaped by faith, from every moment you chose to rise when no one was watching. And because of that, you've already won. No matter where you are, no matter how far you have left to go, you are already victorious. Because you refused to quit, because you stayed in the fight, because you believed even when belief was the hardest thing to hold on to. This is your legacy, not a legacy of ease but of effort, not of shortcuts but of strength, not of instant results but of intentional growth. And in that legacy there is beauty, there is power, there is inspiration. Others will see you and feel something shift. They won't always understand it, but they'll feel it. The presence of someone who's walked through fire and emerged stronger. The calm of someone who's fought internal wars and found peace. The confidence of someone who knows they can handle anything because they already have. Let that strength lead you now, not just through hard times, but through everything. Let it guide your decisions, fuel your dreams, and shape your life. You didn't come this far to play small. You didn't endure so much to just survive. You came to thrive, to build, to impact, to live fully, fiercely, and fearlessly. And every time the world tries to test you again, just smile, because you know something most people don't. You know that the storm was never the threat. You were always the storm. You were always the force. You were always the one in control. Because this strength you've earned is not temporary. It doesn't disappear when things get easier. It doesn't fade when the applause stops or when the circumstances change. It becomes part of who you are. It becomes your foundation. And with that kind of foundation, you can build anything. A new life, a new dream, a new version of yourself that nothing and no one can shake. You become untouchable not because nothing hurts you, but because nothing can defeat you. You may still feel pain, you may still get tired, but your spirit, it doesn't break. Your soul, it keeps rising. Your vision, it stays clear. You have seen too much, endured too much, and overcome too much to let anything lesser knock you off course now. And in time, this inner strength becomes second nature. It becomes the way you walk, the way you speak, the way you respond to pressure. It's in the way you lead, in the way you love, in the way you heal and help others. You stop reacting to life like a victim of it and start living like the author of it. You write your story with intent, with purpose, with poise, and you don't let outside chaos dictate your inner calm. Even in moments of silence, when no one else sees your battle, you will know your worth, you will feel your power, and you will walk with a quiet kind of confidence that no one can take from you. That is what staying strong in every situation has given you, a gift, a light, an edge that doesn't dull with time it sharpens. You'll notice you're not shaken by the same things that used to rattle you. You won't waste time arguing over things that don't matter. You won't seek validation in temporary people or fleeting wins. You've outgrown the old definitions of success. You've discovered something more meaningful: peace, purpose, discipline, and resilience. This is what it means to truly win, not just to conquer a challenge, but to transform through it, not just to get through the fire, but to let it burn away everything you never needed, revealing the strongest, truest version of you. You didn't just survive, you evolved, and that evolution is irreversible. So walk forward now with the full knowledge of who you are. Let the world watch. Let them wonder how you keep doing it. Let them question your calm, your courage, your commitment. But don't stop, don't pause, don't explain. Just continue to lead by example. Let your life be the evidence. Let your presence be your power. Let your strength be your legacy, because you didn't come this far to be average. You came this far to be legendary, to rise higher, to love deeper, to live fuller, and to leave behind a trail of inspiration so real, so raw, so powerful, that it awakens the same fire in others. That is your gift. That is your calling. That is your responsibility, to stay strong not just for yourself, but for the ones who are still searching for the courage to do the same. So don't look back, don't shrink, don't apologize for how powerful you've become. Stand tall, breathe deep, keep going. You are strength in human form. You are proof that storms pass, that wounds heal, that light returns, and that greatness is built, not born. So wherever you go from here, let your strength lead the way. Let it shape the words you speak, the choices you make, the energy you give to the world. Be the example of what it looks like to live fully awake, fully alive, fully anchored in self-belief, no more doubting. No more playing small. You've done the work, you've paid the price. Now it's time to walk in the fullness of what you've earned. And as you rise, you'll notice something extraordinary. The things that once terrified you no longer hold the same power. The setbacks that once derailed you now feel like fuel. You'll meet pressure with poise and difficulty with depth, because the strength you carry is no longer something you reach for. It's something you are. It's in your eyes, it's in your heartbeat, it's in the way you show up, no matter the circumstance. That is the power of unwavering strength. It creates a new normal, one where stress doesn't control you, where fear doesn't drive you, and where failure doesn't define you. Instead, you live grounded, grateful, and ready. Ready for anything because you've already faced everything. The world may try to knock you off course again. Life may throw the unexpected. But you now walk with the knowledge that you can handle anything, not because you have all the answers, but because you have built yourself from the inside out. Piece by piece, choice by choice, day by day, you've become someone who doesn't just survive chaos, but transforms through it. You'll continue to grow, you'll continue to evolve, and yes, you'll still face moments that test your limits. But now you'll meet those moments with a calm resolve. You won't panic. You won't run, you'll breathe. You'll pause, you'll stand tall and say to yourself, I've been here before. I've walked through worse. I know who I am. And that quiet knowing, that unshakable truth, it will carry you through anything. Keep that truth close, guard it, nurture it, let it guide you. Let it teach you how to move with purpose, how to rise without fear, how to love without limits, and when you feel tired. Because you will. Rest, but don't retreat. Pause, but don't quit. Refocus, but never abandon your mission. Because the world needs people like you. People who refuse to break. People who turn pain into purpose. People who lead not by force, but by example. You are that person. You are the light in dark times. You are the strength that others feel even in silence. And as you continue forward, remember that every step you take adds to your legacy, a legacy not built on perfection, but on perseverance, not on ease, but on endurance, not on applause, but on authenticity, a legacy that says, no matter what came against me, I stood my ground, I stayed true, I stayed strong, Let that strength radiate through everything you do. Let it be in the way you wake up each morning with intention, even if the day ahead seems uncertain. Let it echo in the way you carry yourself, the way you speak life into others, the way you handle adversity with grace instead of aggression. Let it shine in the way you hold on to hope, even in the middle of heartbreak, because every moment you